Robinson, Illinois. This is my hometown. We're playing here tonight. My full band, Aaron, Jose, my dad. It's the Cross Street Concert Series. They do this every summer. And right now they're doing a market to kick off the morning, so come along. So across from where we're playing tonight is Sparks Floral, owned by Rob Sparks in Robinson, Illinois. And this is actually one of the places that I worked as a kid.
When we built that park, the whole idea was to be able to bring people here at night, have these concerts, have these markets, and you're a big part of it. When you look back where we started down at City Park and what we've come to now, well, we've done some stuff.
And I remember the band shell at the City Park before the gazebo and everything.
The old one.
Yeah, and my family band played on that. I did get to play on it once with my high school band.
Family used to come down on Sunday night and do the church before we started the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal. And Mitchell family would be kind of the kickoff on Sunday evening. Boy, it was a long day. Could age me here really quick.
And now here we are.
The years passed and I never...
Have you seen these?
No.
They're made from my guitar strings. My mom makes them. So in the middle there, it's 2 bands of leather connected by my guitar string that I've actually used, and then like a little clasp. Yeah. So it turns into a bracelet. My mother makes those with love. Lots of love.
Across the fog in my fantasy, there she was at the door. She was whining the clock.
So, since we're here in Robinson, Illinois, my hometown, I want to take you guys to some special places. Come with me. This is New Hebron Christian School. This is where I went to preschool through 8th grade. I'm a believer that this is probably where I encountered some great teachers that instilled me with a lot of wonder for the universe in more of a cosmic way. It's a country school, and my 8th grade class was 12 kids. It sounds small and humble, and it is, but it was a great, teacher to student ratio. I got to spend a lot of time with my teachers and just got to ask them questions, kind of, sidebar, and like I said, get to maybe learn a little bit more of a perspective on how the universe works. I feel like that has become pertinent in what I'm doing with music and kind of continuing to ask that cosmic question that I think we're all asking when we're being creative, which I'm not even sure how to phrase that question, but I think it's there. It's part of that innate wonder. Part of it being a country school, we had to work with what we had, and they have a bit of a playground around, but every kid's favorite thing here was playing in what we called the field. You kind of created your own games, concepts, and it seemed that maybe some of the local public schools or whatever had perhaps more technology, but we found here that our greatest resource was the people around us. Like I said, the teachers and even your classmates, and that's one thing that I found to be absolutely true in life, is that your greatest resource isn't the things, isn't the tech, it's the people in your life. It's a wealth of knowledge all around you. This is where I went to high school, Robinson High School, RHS. When I was 14, I started my first band with some classmates of mine, and our intent was to play one show, our talent show. We call our band Emergency Dental Surgery. The idea, like I said, was to play one show, and by the time we were done with our senior year, we had played 120 shows. But another thing that some of my bandmates and I did was we participated in marching bands. So while we weren't in the bleachers very often, we were facing the bleachers out on the field. And it's all those musical experiences and adventures that have culminated into today's path, and who knows where that path leads in the future. But it's really nice to have a moment to be back here in the hometown and not only see but feel where it all started. So as a child, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. It was just a quarter mile up the road here in Robinson, and I lived out in the country. My grandfather, for over 60 years, ran a greenhouse. That was his family business, and him and my grandmother, they essentially built this house. They married as soon as she was out of high school. He was just a year or two older than her, and the only way they were allowed to date back in the 40s was by singing gospel music together at local churches in the area. And so like I said, they got married in the late 40s, early 50s, somewhere in that time frame. My grandfather went off to Korea, and when he came back, they hit the road again doing gospel music. And then when my dad was 9 years old in 1966, he was the firstborn out of 4. So when he was 9 years old, he joined the group on piano, and they changed the name to the Mitchells. So my dad's been playing professionally since 1966. And then when I was born, in 1996, the family band continued to travel, especially on the weekends, primarily Sunday nights. And then during the week, my parents both worked, and I would spend the day with my grandmother while waiting for my mom to get off work. She passed away in 2010, and then my grandfather passed away just a couple months ago at the age of 95. But today and tomorrow are our last days that we get to go through the house. They've already cleared it out, but I've not seen it cleared out, and this is essentially the last time I'll get to go in. I'd come here every morning as a kid. My grandmother would have breakfast ready. This is pretty much the room I learned to play piano in. That was my first instrument. To my understanding, this was my dad's room. You go to the shag carpet in here and envisioning my dad at 17, rocking away, probably annoying my grandparents. This was quite a place to grow up as a kid. Spent a lot of time playing in this backyard. I had a tire swing or two. I had a dirt bike that I got to ride around. I think that's part of what cultivated healthy creativity, plus the musical background. It feels like a perfect storm. So oddly enough, what might be surprising to some people is that as many musicians have influenced me, I'm really influenced by motorsports, specifically monster trucks. And I just bought this new stage shirt of the original monster truck, Bob Chandler's 4x4 Ford Bigfoot Team Blue Ford. However, Tom Mintz is probably the guy that has influenced me the most, and he is an Illinois native as well. And he retired this year, and I was at the last event that he drove at. So if by any chance Tom is watching this, you're my hero, dude, and some of my stage antics, slinging my guitar around, jumping off stuff, is actually my attempt at trying to freestyle like you a little bit, even though I'm not in a 9,000-pound truck. So, monster trucks.
Use me up like your last cigarette when the blood rushes to your head. Oh, I'm drink, I'm leaving. Loosen up, some kind of paradise. No better way to hide. One kiss, I'm bleeding. Making wishes in the sink, throwing pennies in your drink. We wasted everything until there's nothing left. Take this slowly, and you know I'm all you. I'm gonna get hooked on every word you've said. You're my alibi. You're my alibi. Broken glass, what used to be the dash. I wanna fix your world. We're dancing in debris with our wishes in the sink, throwing pennies in your drink. These voices leave me thinking every now and then. Take this slowly, and you know I'm only yet. I'm gonna get hooked, but I'm down with it. 'Cause you're my alibi.
Here we are, Cross Street. I look forward to this day every year. It's the busiest day of my year every year. And now the fun begins with loadout. But let me tell you, out of, I think this is the 5th year I've been here, this is the best. And it keeps getting better every year. Not just in terms of the band, because we hope that we progress every year and bring something new, but the crowd keeps getting bigger every year. They're singing along to the originals, and it feels like they're part of this path and this journey that we've been on for the past several years. And it's so great to see familiar faces, friends, family members, to feel the love and support here in Robinson, in my hometown.